got this whatever that is on me, crawling on me. Sorry, those whales came from me. I touched it. Hello, lions. You guys are very naughty. Look at all of them sitting here. Well done, Brian. We're having a good giggle. Look at all of them looking at us. And of course, we are looking at them as well. Fantastic. Very sneaky lions. But they look absolutely exhausted. Now, I'm exhausted just looking at them. I'm very hot. I'm sitting in the blazing heat. So I'm going to take a sip of water. I do apologize. Otherwise, my tongue is going to stick to the palate and I'll be in a bit of trouble. Milton, good afternoon to you, to a ridiculously hot Africa. Now you're wondering what the temperature is. It is hard to say. This feels like it's a lot warmer now. It is about 94 degrees Fahrenheit or 34 degrees Celsius. It's rather warm. I wish I could cuddle up and join the lions under a little bit of shade, but yes, it is indeed. It is sweltering. There is an array of animals that I'm sure will be wallowing in the mud and drinking lots of water today. And I know that Brian and myself are going to keep drinking lots of water too throughout the day. So you're going to hear the clanging of the water bottles quite a few times. But like I said yesterday, unfortunately, your mouth starts to feel like a leather sandal if you don't keep drinking small sips of water. These poor cubs, if they think that this is hot now, well, they better be ready for January, which last year, or this year, at the beginning of this year, it was an absolute scorcher, the whole of January and February. We had days that were well into the excess 110 degree Fahrenheit, maybe even pushing to about 120 degree Fahrenheit. It was horrendously hot. Almost some days were 46 degrees Celsius, in case you prefer degrees Celsius. Lions, I'm not leaving your side today because I'm not going to have you chase a buffalo again like you did yesterday. That was very naughty of you. Brian and I want to see the hunt happen today. You owe us that. We are always so kind to you. You can see the cubs are a little bit restless from the heat, but the adults aren't really putting up with their nonsense today. No, she's not having anybody suckle from her, and I don't blame her. They're making up, saying, I'm so sorry, big apologies, and a big yawn. Be careful not to harass anybody, because the tolerance levels I don't think are going to be as high as they normally would. Now, I'm also not sure which Birmingham is here. It's quite difficult to see, and I'm just counting the lionesses. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all 5 Nkuhuma lionesses are here, accompanied by 1 Birmingham, who I haven't been able to identify just yet, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cubs, which is good. That's very, very good that they are here. Nice to having a little groom. And this is a fantastic spot for these lions because, like I said, there's a little bit, a teeny tiny bit of mud left in Buffelshoek Dam, which we'll show you a little bit later when I maneuver around. At the moment, I've got a big tree blocking our view. And I suspect the same thing is going to happen that happened yesterday, which is where some buffalo obviously came down to have a little drink at Buffelshoek Pan. And of course the lions were waiting close by and must have heard them and then made their move. Kitty kitty bang bang. So So you have informed me of some wonderful information, so thank you for that. You are saying that all mammals have 7 vertebrae, and you're wondering if lions perhaps also have 12 ribs. Now, I've never been able to count the ribs of a lion, even when they were thin, but I can't remember seeing too many. So perhaps they do indeed. That is something I'm not sure, and I've never really ever come across as to reading about how many ribs a lion has. That is a very nice one. So maybe you can help me and do a little bit of sneaky Googling, as I have a book here, but it's not really in-depth about the skeletal structure of the various animals. I'd have to get a very special book, or perhaps look at a diagram and then go from there. And unfortunately, the diagrams in my book are lions with flesh on them. All the cubs are obviously getting hungry. Now, don't blame those lions for also moving. Oh, did you see that? That lioness just rolled over with 3 cubs on top of her belly. She did that with absolute ease. Now they're going to fight over which is the best teat. You can turn up your volume, you can hear the gutsy noises that the cubs are making. My goodness, I feel as though I definitely did not bring enough water with me. I'm going to need about 37 million litres today. Now, there's one little cub that's quite interesting. It's unfortunately our mangy friend. One of the little cubs that seems to be doing all right. And I know that Diane spotted that the little one has a floppy ear, which is indeed correct. Now, unfortunately, I think that is a result of the mange. But we'll see. These cubs are lucky. They're eating almost every single day. So the mothers that are producing a little bit of milk will be giving them extra nutrients. But, of course, they're mainly feeding on solids now. So they should be alright. I need to, in a moment, call the sighting in just to let everybody know that I have found them. I'll let you know now. Rex is just coming on air. Rex and for Taylor. Very well. I'm very well, thanks. I've relocated the Nkuhuma Pride. They're just on the southern end of Buffelshoek Dam. It's just myself here. Here we go. Just letting Rexon know about... just letting Rexon know about the lions. I can hear some branches breaking in the distance, and there's an elephant coming out of the bushes. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This is going to be action-packed. It seems like it's an elephant bull that's charging out of here by the looks of it. You can see the lions have got their heads up straight away. The elly bull has now stopped briefly. He's in the far left-hand corner of your screen. I think he could have possibly smelt these lions. Okay, you see how he's paused briefly? Maybe he's seen them. They're not far away. Come on, elephant, make your move. Now, this elephant bull is not really going to be worried by this pride of lions. It seems to be quite a large one. Fairly mature. Now, it's going to be the lions that are going to have to do the worrying. Because of those little cubs, they run risk of being squashed. Look at him, he's a beautiful elephant, and he's going to come straight out towards these lions. Now, you can see the lions getting up. No, don't come to me, thank you. Gosh, why don't you go back just a little bit? No, we're going to sit here, they're all running. Oh, lions, you better run, you're going to get chased. See the elly bull, how he's lifted up his head? He's not bothered. I really think he's just going to have a little bit of fun with these lions. He hasn't made any trumpeting sounds, which a female elephant would have made if she was with her calves. He's coming out and he's showing the lions who really is the king of the jungle. Hello, big boy. Come on, lions. Bye-bye, and off you go. Okay, coming right past. No, come here. Hey, big boy. Hey, it's not me you want to chase, it's these other fluffy creatures. That's very sneaky of you standing here. But you can see, like I said, not bothered at all. A little head shake every now and then. But he's really not too perturbed. Hello, big boy. Just gonna go forward. Just gonna move out of the way here. He's looking at the lions. He's not really bothered too much by me, but I am just watching him. It's okay, big boy. We're not the ones that you want. They're the lions. Let's see what he's going to do. It's okay, big boy. I'm just going to move away. The lions are sitting rather close to him. It's okay. I'm going to get on the other side of him. Now, he's slightly agitated, and I don't blame him. Let's sit over here. He has got lions watching him carefully. It's always good just to be on your toes with the elephants. Remember, they're the only ones that if something were to go wrong on the absolute slim chance, they're the ones that you've got to be careful of. It's okay, big boy. So we'll give him the right of way. He can now see lions on both sides, that group, and then the other group is down and actually seeking shelter in the dam itself. But he doesn't really look too bothered. He's got his ears slightly sort of spread at the moment. He's actually smelling us now. He smells every now and then. He smells the lions again. You can see how he's turning that trunk. Hello, boy. You just carry on with your day. Don't bother about us. We just here observing. But he's a lovely bull. We don't often get to see too many big elephant bull around, so that's really nice to see two of the mighty animals in Africa. Everything's gone very quiet. There's just the odd fly buzzing around. The cicadas aren't chatting anymore. The lions are still. The elephant is still. See how he's now smelling the lions? Now, the wind is just picking up a little bit, which is actually quite refreshing. It's blowing a nice cool breeze onto us as well as all the lovely animals, so I know that they will be appreciating it. Now, Kathy, you're wondering if the lion cubs can survive in extreme heat conditions like we've been experiencing over to yesterday and today. They can indeed. They're very resilient. They'll sit in the shade. I've even seen lions sitting in the mud, not quite mud how elephants and rhinos and buffalo sort of wallow in it, but on the hard, wet mud. And that can help cool them down. Otherwise, they pant and they sit in the shade. But yes, they are well adapted to this. And no, I don't think we'll lose any. I think that the cubs are quite strong. And they're used to these conditions. Well, they become sort of accustomed to them quite quickly and quite easily. But it's a Mexican standoff here. Who's going to make the first move? Two females went off with all the cubs. And 3 lionesses and 1 Birmingham boy stayed behind to keep a close eye on this elephant. Very curious with us as well. But I'm also sitting downwind of the elephant, so I don't think he can smell us too well. Not that he doesn't know that we're here. Let's see, are you going to go forward or are you going to give up? He's quite happy in the shade. Now, mind warp, I like your thinking. You're saying that it's a very good tactic that the lions are using by two of the Nkuhuma females going off with the cubs, and then to also have the rest of the Nkuhumas and the Birmingham sort of staying behind to try and draw the attention of the elephant. I don't think this elephant is too stupid, though. I think he knows that the other lions are down below, and I suspect that's where he's going to go. I'm sure he's on his way to the mud to have a little bath. And those adult lions and the Birmingham, they'll be the first ones to run if this elephant makes another move. Oh, he's turning around. We'll see what he does next. I'm just going to keep an eye on the lions. Very quiet. I'm just sitting back, enjoying everything that's going on. It's not often that we get to see the lions and the elephants at such a close quarters. I mean, that elephant really didn't have to do anything to get those lions up and running. He just had to walk towards them. He didn't even need to shake his head or open his ears. He flared them slightly. Just his sheer presence was enough. Ooh, what was that? So interesting noises in the background. Sorry, Bex, can you go again with the name there? I just had the game drive talking over the top of you. I'm so sorry. I still can't hear what Rebecca's saying, but I'll just repeat the question anyway. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for spelling that out to me. Nunez, there was a little bit of interference at both times when Rebecca was trying to give me the name of the viewer asking the question, and it's quite awkward sometimes. It's sort of like when somebody introduces themselves to you and you don't get it, so you say pardon or excuse me, and then they say it a second time and you still don't get it, and then the third time you just sort of go, yes, it's very nice to meet you, because you can't bear to it's so embarrassing having to ask a third time. So Nunez, you'd like to know, well, before I answer that, let's see what this Elly's going to do. This could be quite funny. I will remember your question. Look at the lions getting straight up, not hanging around at all, and he's not too bothered. He's just going to make his way down to the watering hole. Look at the lions watching him. Oh, and now you can see the females watching as well in anticipation, because he's going to realize that the cubs are down at the bottom if he hasn't, but he's going a wide berth now. And like I said, he doesn't mind. He doesn't care that the lions are sitting here. That's great news for him. All he wants and all he's interested in is the mud. You can see the lioness retiring back to the shade. Snap one or two photos of this madam walking past. It's quite a beautiful sight, and I'll try and park in a way that we'll be able to watch the lions and hopefully watch this male elephant have a bit of a mud bath. I think the lions are actually going to lie perfectly for us. Now, Nunez, sorry, you were asking about the head shake. A head shake is typically an aggressive move by an elephant, but normally it's accompanied with a trumpet, but when you're a big elephant bull, you really don't have to worry about that at all. Hello, beautiful. His face is healing quite nicely, Mr. Nkuhuma. We'll have a closer look now, but let's reposition. I'm going to try and reverse back, and I think we'll get a shot of both animals. Don't have to go too far back. Oh, and I found another male lion too. That's quite interesting. He's hiding just in front of us. Sneaky. How's that? Is that alright? That actually is quite lovely because you've got everything. You've got the elephant in the background, and you've got him having a lovely mud bath, the sun in the perfect direction, and then the lions cooling off nicely in the shade. Isn't that a lovely sight? Oh, that's exciting. Finally, Byron has fought off the gremlins. Perhaps he picked up and used a stick like I used one the other day. And I know that Byron was also indeed looking for elephants this afternoon.